notifications. If you're new to my channel and you're stopping by for the first time, thank you for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. Stick around a while by clicking that red button for more crafting on a budget, more everything on a budget videos to come. And if you click it again when the bell appears, YouTube should notify you every time I upload a new video, depending on the option that you choose in the drop-down menu of the bell. If you're interested in following me on social media, you can find those links in the description box below. What have I got going on for you for today? Today I am bringing to you part 2 of my 2-part series of a non-Dollar Tree Christmas DIY that is so budget friendly using fabric and felt. Fabric is very budget friendly, so is felt, and there are some amazing DIYs that you can do with them that are no-sew, or you can sew them. Today's DIY, I'm going to be showing you how you can gift a picture, a fun family picture differently using fabric and felt. This is a DIY you're not going to want to miss because it really is quick and easy and budget friendly, and the outcome is amazing. I love this piece. So let me quit my gabbing and let's do a little bit more Christmas DIYing because we still got time before Christmas. Why not? I love to Christmas DIY this time of year. Alrighty, so getting started with today's fabric and felt DIY. I am using these 2 fabrics here by Created. These are pre-cut fabric yards that you can find at Walmart. How rustic and cute are these? I just love them. They're so festive. Alrighty, so getting started, I'm going to start off with this amazing Christmas rustic fabric, and I'm going to cut a piece that measures out at 24 inches by 20 inches. On the back side, I'm going to fold over my edges what would be our hem, and because this is a no-sew DIY, your iron and your hot glue gun are going to be your best friends. I'm going to fold in those edges about a 1/2 inch to give us some nice clean edges. Once I've got my edges folded in, I'm gonna go in with my hot glue gun. If you wanna use a heat and bond hem, you can. If you wanna sew this, you can totally do that too, because I've done that several times. But this is an option for those of you who don't sew. And I wanna show you that you can do these fabric DIYs that are no sew and get the same amazing outcome. I'm gonna use hot glue for my hems. I'm gonna go ahead and place some hot glue right inside those hems, fold them over. Once I've got my edges down, I'm gonna go back in with my iron and I'm gonna go over the hemlines because hot glue tends to kind of leave a bead or a line. And sometimes when you fold or are using it, it dries or cools a bit quicker than you're able to get to it. So by taking your iron and just kind of going over that hem, it's gonna remelt your hot glue, it's gonna smooth it out, and it's gonna really adhere those edges down nicely. I do want to show you that on your corners where the 2 fabrics meet on the edges, if you take your scissors and just kind of cut at an angle there, it's going to give you perfect corners, and that fabric isn't going to show on the edges when you flip it over. Just kind of a trick of the trade, an easy peasy way to get those nice clean corners. Now I want to finish the back of this piece off, and I want to add a bit of weight to it. So to do that, I'm going to use felt. This is a felt that I had in my stash. It coordinates with the fabric, so it's going to work perfectly. Then using some spray adhesive, I love this one by Scotch. It's very budget friendly. It's repositionable, so it's going to work perfect. I'm going to spray it on one side of the felt, and I'm going to cover the back of this using, I think it took about 5 pieces, and I did do a bit of patchwork to fill in some of the spaces, but I'm not really worried about it because in the end it ended up looking great. And you can see on these edges here that I left just a bit of the framing of the fabric. I don't know why I did that. I feel like it just makes it look a bit nicer. But if you want to use fabric instead of felt, you can, but I feel like by adding felt, it's going to add a bit of weight to this, and it's going to help it to hang just a bit nicer as well. Using the same fabric, I've cut 5 pieces that measure out at 10 inches long by 3 inches wide. And just like with the rest of the fabric, we're gonna make those sides nice and clean. But with this piece, or these pieces, we're just gonna do the 10-inch side. We're not gonna worry about the 3-inch side, those ends, because those aren't gonna show. Once we've got the sides nice and ironed in with our hot glue, or we've sewed them, or we've heat and bonded them, we're gonna go ahead and fold this piece in half and just hot glue the two ends together. But you're not going to iron it because we don't want to crease at the top of what we're gonna call our hoop or loop, or this is going to be a hanger. And so we want to keep it nice and round. We don't want a sharp edge there at the top. Here at the top of what I'm going to call our banner, but on the back side, I probably could have planned this a bit better and put our hangers on before I put the felt on, but you know what? This is DIY. Most of the time when I'm doing these DIYs, I kind of just have a vision of what I want it to be in my head, and sometimes I don't always plan it out good, but you know what? The spray adhesive was repositionable, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pull back the felt, and I'm gonna place my hangers in between the felt and the fabric, and I'm gonna evenly space out all 5 of these hangers. Would you look at how nice this looks? And we did it using our iron and hot glue. We didn't have to sew an inch of this. So what are we gonna do with this green fabric here? This piece measures out at 18 inches by 14 inches. We're gonna go ahead and flip this piece over, and just like we've done before, we're gonna fold in those edges and hot glue them in all 4 sides. And again, we're just folding these in about 1/2 inch. Here's a bit of a closer look of how I cut in those corners. I did already iron these down just by cutting them at an angle to the point on the outside of the fabric. You will get a really nice clean corner. And again, using this handy spray adhesive by Scotch, I'm going to spray this on the back side, and I am just going to place it in the center of the first banner that we made, the first piece of fabric with this adorable VW van bus on it. I love this fabric. It is just so fun, and you don't see fabric like this all the time, and so that's why it caught my eye, and I really thought that this green plaid would contrast nicely with the brown and the green on the trees. Moving on to the picture part of this DIY, I will be using these fusible cotton fabric sheets. These are by Taylor. This is a 10-pack here. You can get these on Amazon, but they're ridiculously expensive. I'd head over to Michael's, Hobby Lobby, or Joann's, and I'd use your 40% off coupon. You're gonna get them for about $7 to $10, this 10-pack. You can get a 3-pack for under $5. These are so easy to work with because it's as simple as finding a picture on your computer, printing it out, and ironing it on to whatever fabric it is that you wanna adhere it to. So I went ahead and just stuck this face down in my printer because that's the way my printer feeds through, and it printed out this fun Christmas picture that we took a couple of years ago that I absolutely love and have wanted to do something with. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put it onto a white piece of felt, but when I iron this on, you want it to be on 0 steam, no steam. And because I don't wanna go right over the picture itself, I'm gonna place my banner over the top of it and just iron over it that way. Now, if I'm being honest, I don't know if you need that extra layer of protection using the fabric over it when you iron. I just didn't want to ruin the picture and waste the fabric sheet because they are a bit pricey. I originally thought that I wanted to frame this picture with the white felt, but I decided that once I laid it on top of the fabric, I didn't like the way it looked. And so now I'm gonna go ahead and just cut the excess felt off around the picture, which is fine because I wanted the picture to be somewhat elevated anyway, and this was a good way to do that. Yes, I am much more happy with the beige/tan felt framing the picture in. And so again, using the spray adhesive, I'm gonna spray it on the back of the tan felt, and I am just going to adhere it onto the center of the green fabric here. For this DIY, because I have 2 of these 12-inch dowels left over from my previous fabric DIY that I just did a couple of days ago, that's what I'm gonna use. An alternative to this would be Dollar Tree's wood plunger handles. If I didn't have these, I'd definitely go that route, but because I have these using some of Elmer's wood glue, I'm just gonna glue these 2 pieces together because I need them to be the length of 24 inches. To stain this rod, that's what I'm gonna call it, I'm gonna use my favorite method, which is using liquid shoe polish in the colors of brown first, and then I'm gonna go in and darken it up with some black to give it that nice walnut tone. Again, shoe polish is a great alternative. In the last video, I had several of you asking me why I use that instead of stain, and I do it for a number of reasons. It only takes 20 minutes for this to dry, and it does dry odor-free, and it's less expensive. One bottle of this shoe polish goes a long way. I tell you, I probably use it in several DIYs throughout the year, and for 99 cents, you can't beat it. It doesn't have the odor that Minwax has. It doesn't take as long to dry. And so to me, it's just a great alternative, a great budget-friendly one. And I like the brown I get using the brown and the black mixed together, so it's a win-win to me. If you want to use a stain by Minwax or any other stain, I say go for it. But for those of you who are sensitive to smells or are in a hurry like myself, my patience for waiting for things to dry is almost non-existent, this is a great alternative. Once our wood rod, that's what I'm gonna call it, is good and dry, and again, it didn't take very long, I'm gonna go ahead and feed it through the fabric loops that we made. And I didn't show it, and I don't know why, so shame on me. I did take some of Dollar Tree's decorative nautical rope. I hot glued it around each end of the rod because this wouldn't be a Kelly Barlow DIY without adding twine, rope, or burlap. And I feel like this was just such a fun way to add that rustic feel to this while adding a hanger to it as well. I couldn't be happier with the outcome of this. I think that this is such a fun and different way to gift a picture or even just display it at your home. This is a versatile piece that can be done any time of year using any fabric for the same budget-friendly price. I love this piece, and you know what I love most about it is it was such a fun picture that we took, and I think when you just add a picture like that to a piece like this, it really does become like a tapestry type piece. And again, this is one of those pieces that can be personalized and is a very versatile piece, just depending on the fabric that you use. It could be done for any time of year. I just really loved this picture. It was a Christmas picture with our ugly sweaters on in the snow, and so I felt that a Christmas fabric was suiting for it. I hope you all enjoyed this quick and easy, budget-friendly, no-sew fabric gift idea that I'm bringing to you that you might want to gift to somebody that you just weren't sure what to gift. Maybe this will work for them. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and let's get this video to, you guessed it, 5,000 likes, because like I always say, each and every one of your thumbs up and those comments that you do leave down below, they really do help my channel to grow, and it helps YouTube to notice me just a bit more. Until next time, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy crafting on a budget. Stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, but most of all, stay positive, and bye for now.